Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, put your phone down and grab the big wine glass. No, the really big one. The one we usually save for election nights or season finales of The Bachelor. I need you to focus because I think I might be losing my absolute mind. Or, and tell me honestly if I'm reaching here, I might be dating a sociopath. Okay, sociopath is a strong word. Maybe just a compulsive weirdo, a pathological something. I don't even know where to start. You know, Mark and I have been together for 3 years now. 3 years. That is not an insignificant amount of time. That is thinking about weddings time. That is joint bank account territory. And for the most part, you know, he's great. He's charming, he has a good job, he's nice to my mom even when she's being a lot. But recently, I've noticed this pattern. It's like this glitch in his programming. He tells these lies, but they aren't normal lies. They are these tiny, microscopic, inconsequential lies that make absolutely zero sense. And that is what makes them terrifying. Let me give you the tea on the Lotion incident first. This happened a few months ago, but looking back, it was the first red flag I chose to ignore. So you know how I am with products. I hate waste. If I buy something, I am going to use it until the bottle is wheezing, even if it sucks. I had this bottle of body lotion in my bathroom, just some generic, cheap stuff. Honestly, it wasn't great. It was kind of sticky and it smelled like fake cucumbers. Mark hated it. Every time he stayed over, he'd complain about the sticky cucumber goop. I told him, babe, I'm going to use the whole thing up, and then I will buy the fancy shea butter stuff you like. Very reasonable, right? Well, weeks go by, and I notice the bottle is emptying fast. Finally, it runs out. I toss it, I buy the expensive stuff, Mark is happy. Life goes on. Fast forward to a few weeks ago. We're at a barbecue with some of his college buddies. Mark is a few beers deep, feeling loose. I walk up to hand him a napkin, and I hear him telling this story. He's laughing his ass off, going, yeah, she refused to throw away this nasty lotion, so every time I went over there to pee, I'd just pump a handful into the trash can and cover it with tissue so it would run out faster. She never knew. Girl, I froze. I stood there with a hamburger in my hand, just staring at the back of his head. I know what you're thinking. It's just lotion, who cares? But think about the mechanics of that. He looked me in the eye, agreed to my plan to use it up, and then actively sabotaged me behind my back. He physically stood over my trash can, pumping lotion into the garbage like a villain, just to manipulate the timeline of when I would buy new moisturizer. And then bragged about it. When I brought it up later, he just shrugged. He was like, it wasn't a huge deal, I just wanted it gone. He didn't even get why I was weirded out. He treated it like a quirky life hack instead of a bizarre breach of trust. But wait, it gets worse. That was just the appetizer. The main course of deception happened last weekend. We were staying at our friend Sarah's place upstate. We got in late, we were starving, and we look in the welcome basket she left. There is one package of those really fancy dark chocolate cookies. I see the package, I look at Mark. I say, oh my God, I'm starving. Is there only one? He looks at the basket. He rummages around a bit. He looks back at me with these big, soulful, loving eyes, the eyes I fell in love with, and says, yeah, looks like there's just one left. Here, babe, we can split it. My heart literally melted. I thought, what a guy. We're both hungry, but he's willing to split this meager sustenance with me. He breaks the cookie in half, gives me the slightly bigger half, and we eat it. I went to bed thinking about how lucky I am to have a partner who shares. Fast forward to the next night. We're back home. We've had a bottle of wine. We're tipsy, giggling, and he gets this little smirk on his face. The I'm about to tell you a secret smirk. He says, you know that cookie at Sarah S? I'm like, yeah, it was so good. He starts giggling. There were actually 2. I stop drinking. I put the glass down. What? He says, there were 2 packages in the basket. I got there first while you were in the bathroom. I ate the first one entirely by myself in like 3 bites. And then when you came out, I pretended there was only one and split the second one with you. I just stared at him. My jaw was on the floor. Let's unpack this, because I need you to understand the level of psychopathy we are dealing with here. Number 1, greed. He ate a whole snack while I was in the bathroom, knowing I was just as hungry as he was. Number 2, deception. He hid the evidence. He probably threw the wrapper deep in the trash so I wouldn't see it. Number 3, the performance. This is the part that haunts me. He didn't just eat the cookie. He performed generosity. He acted like a martyr. Here, babe, we can split it. He let me believe he was sacrificing half of his only snack for me, when in reality, he was sitting there with a belly full of secret chocolate. He got the credit for being a good boyfriend while simultaneously screwing me over. I felt this cold wash over me. I looked at him and said, "Mark, that is actually really messed up. You lied to me." And you know what his reaction was? Confusion, genuine confusion. He goes, "Babe, come on, it wasn't a lie. It was just an omission. I didn't say there is definitely only one cookie in the universe. I just didn't mention the first one." I'm like, "You let me believe we were sharing the last of the food. You manipulated my reality over a cookie." He started laughing. He thought I was being dramatic. He said, "It's just a slightly smaller snack portion. It's not a big deal. Why are you making a federal case out of a cookie?" I felt like I was arguing with a wall. It's not about the calories, is it? It's about the fact that he can look me in the face and curate a false narrative so easily. And for what? For chocolate, for lotion. Eventually, he gave me a real apology. He said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been greedy. I see why that wasn't cool." But it felt hollow, like he was apologizing because I was mad, not because he actually understood why lying to your partner of 3 years about petty nonsense is weird behavior. So now I'm sitting here, staring at him while he plays video games, and I'm spiraling. I'm wondering, do these things scale up? If he can lie so effortlessly about lotion because it's convenient, and lie about food because he's greedy, what happens when the stakes are higher? What if he loses his job? Will he just omit that information? What if he cheats? Will he tell me, "Well, there were actually 2 women, but I only introduced you to the one, so technically I didn't lie, it was just an omission"? Do you see where I'm going with this? Am I being crazy? Is this just guys being dudes? Do all men secretly sabotage bathroom products and hoard snacks like goblins? Because if this is normal, I want to opt out. But if this is the start of a Dateline episode, I need to know now. It's just the casualness of it, the ease. He didn't stutter when he handed me that half cookie. He didn't sweat. He looked loving. That's the scary part. He used his "I love you" face to pull off a cookie heist. I feel like I can't trust anything now. Yesterday he told me he took the trash out. Did he? Or did he just hide it somewhere? I'm exhausted. And the worst part is, if I break up with him over this, how do I even explain it? "Oh, he pumped my Jergens into the garbage and gaslit me about a cookie." I sound insane, but it's the principle. Who does that? Tell me I'm not crazy. Tell me this is weird. Or tell me I'm overreacting. Is this a talk it out in therapy thing, or a change the locks and run thing? Because I'm looking at that man right now, and all I see is a cookie monster in a human suit. Pour me another glass. I have to go home and wonder if he's lying about brushing his teeth.